Oh, wow, first try.
Let's
That's
not jinx anything right now, and let's just hope that it's gonna be fine. So, let me quickly put that link into the chat if I can find it.
uh, as I say, I'll go ahead and give the introductions as we are here for the final round for the first season of League of Europe's here in Brazil. We have a three-way championship battle going on, and I believe, if I remember correctly, it should be with Tegabi, J Cool, and what is it?
YHYY.
YH?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say we have a three-way battle going here for the championship, and we're going to be seeing who's going to come up on top.
There's a lot of different situations that could decide our winner here. Oh, yeah, it's a sunny qualifying day in Brazil. I'm sorry if I sound a bit tired or a bit, you know, sad. It's just that I didn't have the greatest end to my League of Europe career. Let's just give it. I'm just gonna spoil
Uh,
this. I was gonna talk about this a bit later. I guess I could say it now that this was my final race in League of Europe, and it didn't really go to plan. But yeah,
at least you can end it with a dramatic note.
yeah. I guess that's true. It's gonna be an interesting race, and whoever wins
Yeah,
this Division Two title uh, really deserves it.
it's,
And
it's gonna. Hopefully, this is gonna be a wild race.
I mean, if we just look at what happened last week, then we should expect that.
Yeah. As I say, we have Shape who's out first. He's probably gonna be putting his first time in. Let's say right behind him we have Fuzz, and then behind him would be Campbell. And as I say, I didn't we already have a constructors champion already?
I'm not
Was it
really
the
sure about that.
McLarens?
I think the McLarens should be constructors champions, at least here in Division Two, because Division Three, the Mercedes got the title on the last
Yeah,
lap.
Mercedes was very lucky there,
I'm just
but well
gonna
deserved.
gonna say it straight away. I did not want to help Mercedes. I didn't do that on purpose. So if Maka was wondering, then there you go.
Fuzz and Campbell were right next to each other. Hopefully that doesn't affect either one's time.
We don't have 20 drivers on the grid anymore, like we did last week, but still a pretty good number here. 15 people.
Looks like J Cool, Adri, and Fuzz have a fan right now.
Well, there's been a lot of discussion in the Discord chat, and the teams are not that equal. We have Mark, who's openly supporting Tigaby. We have a lot of people who are gonna support J Cole, and I think only Bree is on YHYY's side here.
Oh, my lord, J Cool is all over the place for me.
I'm just looking at Fuzz
And
and Mark has retired.
He retired on track.
That was the final corner. He went straight into the wall. That's not a good start for the Toro Rosso.
Oh, it was Fuzz I saw. That it was his teammate, but man, what happened there?
Sterling is the first, is in first place right now with a 107.5. That's really unfortunate for Mark. It seems like both of us have the same luck this weekend. We were both going for podiums, and yeah, let's see what happens. It's not too late for him. He can still come back in the race, and hopefully he will. But it will be difficult.
Precisely. He needs to have the perfect pit strategy to help him out on this track.
Exactly. We just
And right now,
really really quickly.
YHYY at positional pole. Sterling right behind. They have a phenomenal time of 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Yeah, those are some pretty good laps. I mean, we've seen these sort of lap times in Division 3 as well, so it's not that much of a surprise. This YHYY and J. Cole are expected to be there at the top, and it's a really small gap between the two of them. As of right now, we'll have to see where Tigabee will come. Tigabee, who is currently on the medium tire, he is gonna set a lap time soon. Let's just stay on board with him.
Tigabee?
Yeah, he is just now entering sector 2. He is on a lap, but it's not gonna really count for pole since he's on the medium tires.
I think he's just testing out how the medium tires will feel on the track before he will set a lap time. Because right now he's actually going a little slow.
I think he's given up on this lap. He'll probably try another one, or he might just go straight into the pits and a different compound. I'm pretty sure most of the drivers will pick the super softs. I'm only expecting the guys that are out of the top 10 to try a different strategy.
Oh yeah, Tigabee goes straight to the pits.
There you go.
He's going to quickly abandon the medium compounds.
Let's see what Adri can do. The winner of divisions in Division 3, he won the race by quite a margin, so congratulations to him. And now to prove his pace against.
I think he might have lagged in the midway of the turn because it looked like he just stepped off the throttle and then just instantly went back on.
Well,
I could be wrong.
let's hope everything's fine. Oh, Shape!
Hey,
107.1, that's a really good lap. And that's really surprising. I wouldn't have expected him.
Adri will go straight to the pit. So he's gonna get a fresh set.
He's gonna put on the super softs as well.
Okay, here comes Sterling coming up to the line. I wonder if he's gonna improve or anything. It does not look like it did not. He might have gotten invalidated. I don't know if that was connection or not, but it might have looked like he kind of lost the back end a little in turn 3. Or, I mean, turn 4. Let's see. Right now, Sterling really looks like he's having a good time. He's really going past those sectors, and there may have a connection, but it looked like he lost his back end again, but still managed to hold on to it. And he had a really good exit. And let's see, will he be able to improve his time? Yes, he does. With 107 almost flat out.
That's a really good lap by Sterling. Sterling is another one of the guys that is always going to be there. Is always going to be on top. Many people consider him one of the quickest guys in Division 2, and he proved that throughout the season. He is a race winner. He's always up there. Always starts on the front row of the grid. And
he always likes to stir up on the last minute qualifying.
It will be interesting to see if the guys that are actually fighting for the championship are gonna have a battle with Sterling. That would be cool.
Exactly.
I just have to say, I like Sterling's helmet. It looks like he has a bumblebee design on that.
Nice.
Or what is that? It's a ladybug, rather. Sorry, it's a ladybug on his helmet. Interesting. Let's look at YHYY now. On the line, is gonna start a lap, I think, or maybe not.
Oh no, he might have gotten invalidated, so does not look like he's going to be setting up time because right now he's actually going quite slow. As I say, Campbell coming into the last corner. Let's see if he's going to be able to improve his time. Not sure. He clipped the grass a little bit. He's running dry on ERS deployment, and he crosses the line. Does not improve. As I say, we still have 8 minutes within the session, so that's still plenty of time for everyone to see. And Aldry, he might have been doing a time. He's going to be P4 as of right now, with a 107.4.
That's very good for Aldry.
Very good time. And to say, you can tell the speed difference between Division 3 and Division 2. You can definitely tell the difference.
You can tell the difference, but the thing is, many Division 3 drivers, as you can see right here with Adri, for example, are going to be able to do well in Division 2 as well. So it's not that big of a gap between the two divisions, which is good. I would say it's really good for the league. And for the people watching, I know that the stream is a bit wonky and it isn't working perfectly, but I'm doing everything I can in order to save this and hopefully not have to restart it as I was forced to do last week. This is not me being an asshole and just stopping the stream. It's the internet. So there you go.
Yeah, as I say, it's been very buggy today, and hopefully it won't be the case with us, but yeah, say this is a very buggy track, and the servers are being very wonky as well, because I think they're trying to get the servers up and ready for F 2019, F1 2019.
Well, let's just hope that this race will be will not be impacted by that sort of stuff. Shape goes fastest again, 107.0. Wow. J. Cole improves 107.3, but it's still quite a gap between him and pole position right now. Tigabee is finally out on the super soft. This is the lap that counts. This is when we're gonna start looking at the Mercedes driver as well.
Yeah, right now, yeah, he's probably going to be really up there. We're just gonna have to see how well he does in Brazil.
He's keeping quite close to General Porter. He's just now distancing himself from the Haas driver. He's gonna need some clean air if he wants to set a really good lap now. And he wouldn't want to be interrupted by the Haas driver. He lets J. Cole through. J. Cole might be on lap, I suspect. And now Tigabee is hard on the throttle and will start his lap on the supers. Let's look at his lap and see whether he can beat Shape into that pole position spot. The name is Zero. The other four. Oh, and Tigabee spins almost.
He loses it. Oh, that's going to heavily affect.
It's a really good save. So this lap is already compromised. He is gonna try again next lap. But as I was saying, the name is Zero. The other Force India driver is right in between two of the championship contenders. So he split J. Cole and YHYY. Wow. The top 10 looks to be really close. Just 8 tenths between the top 10 drivers.
As I say, the championship contenders are really close to each other right now. So we're just gonna have to see, how this is gonna be playing out when it comes to their strategy.
Well, I'm expecting they're both gonna try that one stop. I don't think there'll be any surprises there. We might have some reign in the race, because I don't think, yeah, nobody said
Yeah,
otherwise. So let's
yeah,
just
we-
hope for that.
As I say, a 109
Ooh,
for
General
Tiggy
Porter.
Beef right now.
Went out. I think he might have hit the wall because his right end plate seems to be affected. But alas, he's fine. He's gonna continue. And he doesn't look like he has any damage, so that's good for him. Alright, let's just look at Tiggerby again. He's getting ready for another lap. Or he might come into the pits and put a pair of fresh super softs. I think that's what he might want to do.
Yeah, I say, because it doesn't really look like he's putting a lot of power into that car.
Well, he's not gonna go into the pits. I think he is gonna keep on. Yep, he's gonna use this pair of super softs. I think he would have had enough time to go out on his set of tires, but he's gonna use these.
I say this is the lot that we're looking for.
Exactly, and that was a really much more careful approach to the Senna SS to the first corner.
Yeah.
It wasn't as aggressive
that
as
was-
last time.
Yeah, as I say like it's a little trick. It's a little tricky to have the proper gripping that you can with those super softs, but especially if you're really too aggressive with the corners, because the corners are very unforgiving here if you don't go too aggressive on them.
Yeah, I found that out myself. This is exactly the spot where I went off, so I'm not feeling great looking at this lap, to be honest.
As I say, he's probably gonna be sitting up on the 107, but the
He
question
has
is
to
it gonna
be
be
in
good
107s.
enough?
On
Will
the
he
line
be good
right
enough to
now.
get pole? Here it comes, and only ninth fastest.
That is
No.
not where he wants to be, and there's not enough ERS for him to put in a good lap. And he's putting a lot of wear on these tires, considering he's gonna have to start on this compound.
Yeah, he
I
has
think he
three.
might want to let off.
Those are old tires now. There's a yellow in sector 2, and that is just the
That was a velocity.
Salver of Bree. Actually no, it's Salver of the YH getting out of the way.
Velocity went out of the way and let Tiggerby through as well. So that's those were the two main causes of the yellow
Campbell
flags.
had to get.
Bastos retires.
Did he retire in the pits or did he lose it?
I am not sure. But
I
let's
think
just
he
see.
just had pit
J.
ticket.
Cole now gonna cross the line, and he does not improve. Where's YHYY?
As I say, he has one more chance though of improving. Let's see where Tiggerby's at. Tiggerby, like he only has room for one more. Campbell retires. Where was that at?
I'm not sure. It might have been in the pits. Now YHYY.
He was still.
Only
He was
couple of
still.
corners left. Sterling West retires as well. Guessing that was in the pits. Here we go. This man
it's
is
just
in the battle
Shape
for the championship.
Shape coming through to the last corner. Is he going to be able to improve?
YHYY
his
goes
time?
third fastest, 107.1. Just in front of J. Cole. But J. Cole, is he on a lap?
It's a Shape coming in with a 106.8.
Where did that
They
come
won a
from?
phenomenal time.
And J. Cole does not improve.
able
He is gonna start fifth. Where's Tiggerby?
and
Tiggerby is in the
Tiggerby
pit
is
lane.
in the pits.
So
this is
YHYY has an advantage.
Tiggerby in a horrible spot, 10th fastest, and Shape will have pole position for the race. And and this is going to be a close race between J. Cole and YHY. Cause like that is not a huge gap between them. So this is going to be quite interesting.
What a lap by Shape. That's really surprising. I mean, I guess it's true that he did race in Division 1 as well. So I guess this just proves that he deserved that spot on the Division 1 grid this evening. 106.8.
106. What a phenomenal time.
That's just insane. But yeah, there you go. So Shape and Sterling are gonna share the front row of the grid. Then we have YHYY in third, Zero in fourth, J. Cole, Sarja, Adri in seventh. That's a really good lap by Adri. Campbell in eighth, Velocity in ninth, and Tigabee is gonna start 10th. Tigabee is gonna have to. He's gonna have to put in a great race if he wants to win that championship. We got Fuzz, Bree, Bastos, General Porter, and unfortunately Mark with no time, having retired earlier on.
No. A very unfortunate event for Mark, but this is going to be quite interesting to see both him and Tigabee trying to mix up their pit strategy to where they can get the advantage of climbing up the track.
Let's just see, will we have any rain in this race?
I'd say looks like there's no clouds and there's barely any clouds in the sky, so it looks like we may have a dry race. I'd just say, when we were doing our Division 3, it said on the second last lap, it says rain was expected in 15 minutes.
Yeah, of course, that's usually what happens. The podium drivers are always gonna get some rain. Yeah. Well.
I feel like we would have had more casualties if it would have. Okay, so Surge just says that all it says is going to be quite cloudy in the end.
Oh, cloudy doesn't mean it has to be any rain.
Yeah. As I say, here we are starting the formation lap for one final time this season. This is where anticipation starts right here, as the drivers are warming up their tires to see who's gonna win this championship.
We had a really good race for the championship in Division 3 last season, here in Brazil. Will we see something like that for Division 2? Well,
yeah, it's
just
gonna
have to wait and see.
Like, as usual, as Division 2, it's gonna be filled with fast cars, a lot of drama, and probably some crashes.
So let's just take a look here. As it stands,
Mark going in with, he has medium compounds, including with General Bottas and Fuzz. And Bree is the only one with soft compounds, and everyone else is going with the super soft. And I think they're going to be doing the one-stop strategy.
That's probably what they're going to do. As it stands, J. Cole is actually the one that will win this championship. So if this race ends with J. Cole in 5th and YHYY in 3rd, J. Cole will win this Division 2 championship.
I'd say someone. Hopefully they can pull up the point standing to see what the points difference are.
Here we go.
Yeah, as we are in the final lights for the final season, and here we go. Who's gonna come out on top? It's lights out, and away we go. Shape looked like had a really good start. Sterling is right beside him. He's gonna go right down the inside, diving in. He's probably gonna have a better position than him, as YHY is still right there. He's jumped up to P3, and the Campbell had the jump on Altry. Sterling had to hold off for Shape. Shape is diving on the inside, coming in contact with Sterling. Sterling goes really wide.
and is back in
Gasly,
front.
but still is battling for the lead. They're bumping each other. This is
Ooh, there's a false
absolutely
signal that
insane
Zero
for the
is
first lap.
Zero is
Sterling would
Is that-
Sterling would take that position. Wow.
Zero is now in
What
14th. What happened to him?
Yeah, and Takumi came in contact with Andre. They came in together, and they lose a lot of time. Bree also is in the wall.
It looked like Tiggerby just went straight into the back of the Sauber. And Tiggerby's
It's-
race has not had a great
it's-
start. Let's just give it at that. Let's look at these people
he
right
probably
here.
He probably had like front wing damage, but hopefully not very severe to where he doesn't need to take another pit stop.
No,
But here,
Sarja.
But here comes
Sarja,
the
that's
millions
that's
of
a
Sergio.
weird line. Almost hits the wall, and now is he gonna make a move? He is.
Yeah,
he
he's
is
gonna go right
right
inside.
beside
He's still
YHYY.
side by side, but he had a terrible exit.
No,
What
gaps.
a mad first lap.
Really, really small gaps, and Sterling is the leader of this race. And now Sarja
And Bree
tries to go on the
unfortunately-
outside, loses it, and Jaco is up into 4th.
Oh,
Jaco,
and there's a Williams and Sergio. He's out. He is out of this race.
that was, I think that was all of it, all on his own. Jaco didn't do anything. Sarja just lost the backhand and we spun, hit the wall.
And Tagabi has also jumped up to P7. He's in a good position right now. He has climbed up. He has definitely climbed up the ranks.
There's a safety
And
car. We have a safety car on
We have a
track.
safety car. Unbelievable. The second. What is this? The second consecutive safety car we had.
And I think Division 2 is the one that has had the most safety cars this season, if I'm not mistaken, which is interesting. Let's just wait for that Mercedes AMG GTS to come out on track. We're looking at Sterling now. Tiggerby is in the pits, as well as Fuzz, so Tiggerby puts on the soft tire.
This is where they're going to be making the pit stops. But it also looks like Fuzz. He's going to go with the softer. He's going to go with the softer compounds. Tagaby will be doing the same. Are we going to be seeing anyone with the medium compounds switching to the softs?
Now, I'm not sure if Tiggerby has chosen the right strategy here. He did have older tires than the rest of the guys that were on super softs, but I don't think this was the wisest of choices.
Ooh.
We'll see.
And the
Zero gets a
Zero, I
5-second
just
stop
saw
go
that.
penalty. That's,
I saw that. That was. Oh no.
we had a lot of 5-second stop go penalties last week. so-
Oh! Zero hitting hard behind Mark. Also, General gets behind of Zero. He also gets a 5-second stop go penalty, and they both are having heavy wing damage. What on earth happened?
What is going on, people? It's a safety car. You just have to follow the guy in front.
I'm not sure if it's. I'm not sure. Like, it was kind of hard to see. I don't know if Mark was braking early, or there was connection, or Zero just really misunderstood, misjudged that.
I don't think it was on purpose. So now General Porter and Zero are both entering the
Oh
pits.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't on purpose. So it may have been connection or just poor judgment.
That's really weird. But that's really good for Tiggerby, who is now up into 10th again. So his strategy might actually work. It was an unexpected gift for Tiggerby, but it was a very welcome gift nonetheless.
Yeah. As I say, General and Zero are now having to force to do a different option strategy. This is probably going to be compromising them.
Just looking at Sterling now. It's gonna be a really hectic restart. I think a lot of people will try to make a move, especially Tiggerby. I'm gonna have to look at him when the safety car eventually comes in. But for now, I'm just gonna have to wait.
Oh my lord! Like, the game is glitching so bad. He's having two different types of compounds at the same time.
Well,
super softs in the front, softs in the back.
he is on that MotoGP strategy, I guess.
And safety car is coming into this lap. We're gonna be. Let's see. We're gonna have an interesting restart here as Sterling goes really slow here. It's like crowding up the pack, and we're gonna be having a very close reset here. Sterling getting really trying to get those tires warmed up to have that restart.
And
Hopefully
we're
he doesn't
on
get
again.
caught napping. And say the McLaren of J. Cool. He goes very wide. Oh no, that was Campbell who went very wide. Like went very
People are
deep
going
in.
3 or 4 wide into the first corner. What is this? What's going on? There's a bit of contact between Velocity and Campbell.
Oh, it goes very wide, clips the grass. He loses some time to Campbell. And there's this cut. There's
Tigby
chaos
hits the
on
back of Mark.
And,
Tigby has front wing damage.
oh no, Aldry is out. He's in the wall. Oh, he's still in. But he lost it. And he has also retired.
And now look at that. General Porter just dives from out of nowhere.
Oh, as Mark is going backwards. He probably came in contact with someone. I don't know who that was. It may have been a teammate or Montes. But oh my lord!
I think it might have been the Haas of General Porter, because he basically came out of nowhere. Is now in front of Tigby, and Tigby is gonna try and get his position back, but he doesn't get it quite now. Tigby has front wing damage. Let's make that clear.
Oh no! This is J. Cool staying in the very back of his teammate Campbell. But will he be able to get a pass on him? He's actually had a horrible exit. He's losing some time against his teammate. It's Campbell right behind YH. They're side by side. They're going to be going into the first corner, and Campbell will make that move.
Campbell is probably going to try and hold YHYY back for J. Cole to pass. So there's going to be a bit of teamwork involved in this race. Unfortunately for YHYY, his teammate is he's not in a position to help right now.
Yeah, I say next lap by, we're going to be having DRS.
Actually leaves the session. Really unfortunate for him, but at least he did win this race in Division 3, so don't think he's going to be mad about this. As you said, what's with the safety car restarts in Division 2? We had that last week.
It's just utter madness.
It is. And
I think we had 2-3 wides happening, and we had 2 cars spin around, and I think one retirement, and that's just, my lord. As J. Cool, he's like right behind of it, YHY.
J. Cool
going to be able to?
J. Cool doesn't need to make any silly moves. He is the champion if it stays this way. So he's just gonna have to keep close to YHY. He'll win it.
He needs to stay right behind him and also keep try to do his best to get a gap from behind. As I say, Tigby is now in the pits for front wing. This is horrible for him, and this is actually has heavily compromised him.
He will put the mediums. He will go to the end, I would guess.
I say he is actually out of the points, and like Zero almost had to cut the grass and almost hit the wall to get by Bottas, but that didn't work out very well for him.
I guess it's fair to say that Tigby is out of this championship battle, but you never know. Something crazy might happen again.
Let's say it looks like Shape is going to try to make a move on Sterling. It's like he's going to be having DRS here. And when he make the move, Sterling goes to the inside, like probably trying to hold that inside line, and they come in contact with each other. Shape still with a good line. Sterling not giving up. He has the better exit, and he's going to hold that position for the time being.
This allows Campbell to get closer, and we see the gap has really gone down from 3 seconds to about 2 seconds now. J. Cole is keeping the same gap to YHYY. He will just have to stay there. Now, Velocity, the man got a podium earlier on in Division 3.
Zero with the first time penalty of the day.
That's a warning for Velocity as well. He went really wide there, but he is really close to these guys, and we'll have to say he will have DRS.
Oh, Zero trying to go to the outside of Bottas. He got squeezed off the track a little bit, had to force in the grass. He taps Bottas a little, but they still manage to hold it in. He's gonna try to get him in the
Let's look at the battle for first. Shape is gonna go on the inside. A really good lunge by Shape, and he is now in first place again. What a great move by Shape there into the first corner with the DRS. But now Sterling
we also have another,
has a chance to come back.
battle with Zero and Bottas. Zero is right in the inside. Bottas is still side by side, and they come in contact, and Zero is forced off a little bit, and he loses some time against Bree, and Bree's going to be looking at the inside of Shape. Of Zero, and he is side by side with him, but he's going to be going in the inside. Who's going to be holding it? And say it looks like Zero still managed to hold it in, clipping the grass, but he ends up losing it to Bree.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the battle for first is simply amazing. Sterling is now back in front after having battled with Shape for basically the entire lap, and Shape will probably try to get that position back again. Oh, that's a big mistake by Shape.
Yeah, he ended up losing some time.
A lot of time because Campbell.
Oh, he's out of the DRS zone. So this is huge for Sterling.
Wow, they were side by side for most of that lap, so that's a really good example of good clean racing by the two drivers.
Yeah,
but now,
unfortunately, I did miss it. I was looking at the three-way battle.
As you say that, look at them again. Zero and Bree have quite the battle going on. Bastos is
Zero is using all the track in order to get by people.
Exactly, I've seen that happen in the first corner. Bastos seems to be under the pressure now of Zero.
And this has allowed Mark to stay behind them.
Oh, exactly.
To say he is breathing down the gearbox of Bree.
Mark is closer than ever. Oh, and as he attempts to make a move on Bree, Bree almost spins there. Mark has to back off. So, was the right thing to do.
Say Sterling, making a lot of time. That gap was a 102, and now Shape
is in the pits.
He's going to be doing a two-stop.
We'll have to see. I think it might work.
He's going for the mediums. He's going for a one-stop.
All right. Well, he is the first one to pit, and he will come out in front of Tigabee.
Goes very wide, loses time against Bottas. That's his main contender right there. As Bottas, I don't think he's really worried about Bree or Mark.
Well, he will have to worry about these two because they are coming in really quickly. And Mark seems like he wants to get some positions back.
He was looking at the inside of Bree, but he couldn't make a move. There was no room for there to be doing, and he's trying to put as much pressure as he can on Bree, but he is losing a little bit of time though.
Well, this will be a bit of a DRS train on that start-finish straight, which is definitely not good for Bastos.
Oh wow!
When Mark makes a mistake there, almost goes off. He went off the track, but fortunately he's back now as Zero. Side by side with Bastos. Let's look at those. And Zero is in front. That's a good move. He makes it stick. He will have to defend though.
Finally made it. He finally was able to make the move now. Campbell now exiting out the pits with Sterling in front.
Sterling is in front of Shape. Sterling lost a bit of time actually to Shape. So that pit stop, the early pit stop by Shape, really worked.
He actually loses rear end when he was heading to the pits. He nearly lost it, but luckily the pit assistants actually helped him.
Well, Shape I think has chosen a really good time to pit Now he will have
He
a bit of an advantage.
He does have the warmer tires. Like,
Exactly.
so this is going to be quite interesting.
He will have DRS. Ooh, they both go on the grass. Sterling, well held there, almost spins out. Let's see,
It's
will the
J.
DRS
Cole
be strong enough?
And
I
both
think
J.
it
Cole
will.
and Y8 have both got in the pits at the same time as Shea looks at the outside. Sterling staying in the inside. He's going to try to battle
Big
him.
lockup
They
by
came in
Sterling.
contact.
And a 3-second time
So
penalty
it's
from
Shea.
Mark as well.
Shea will make that move done on Sterling, but how much longer
Sterling
is he gonna
again
be
with
able
the
to hold
DRS.
position? Sterling looking at the inside. Is he gonna, like, he locks up a little bit, and that forced Shea to go really wide off the track, but he's gonna hold off the position for right now. Let's say Sterling still looking at the inside of Shea. This is an intense battle for first.
And as you say that, let's just look at the battle for fifth now, because there's not been any change other than Fuzz has joined this battle, and Zero is really closing in on him. Velocity is in the pit lane as well, so General Porter is now leading this race. Of course, he is on a different strategy than the other guys.
I believe
But-
he's going double softs.
Well, if he does that, he's not gonna be allowed to finish the race, since he's gonna have to choose a different compound. But
Bottas couldn't get enough room to pass Zero, which allows Bree to get right behind his gearbox. He's going right at the inside. He has the softer compounds, and actually no, the same compounds, and he makes the move done. Looks like Bottas is just losing a lot of time because now Mark is right behind him.
well, will Mark be able to get in front at the end of this lap? He will need to if he wants to stay close to Bree. That's not what you want to do. Bit of a mistake again.
As I
by
say,
Mark.
what happened between J. Cool and Y8? That's a huge gap between them. What happened?
I did not even notice that. So Jaco is looking
He
really
is-
good now.
Like, he is in a beautiful position. I say they both pitted at the same time. One of them may have gotten front wing damage and had to get that replaced. I'm not sure though, but that is a huge time to lose.
Zero and Fuzz. Zero is really putting the pressure on the Toro Rosso driver, the Division 3 driver actually, Fuzz. And Fuzz takes a really defensive approach to this corner here, goes on the inside. Zero really using that track, as you said, goes wide there, has a really good exit, and will he try? No, he has to back off. There's no way he would have made a move
He also
in that
like,
corner.
he's probably going to be losing out some
Ooh,
time
and
to
he
Bree.
is-
And
he's
he come in
spun around by
contact,
Bree.
it's straight.
That's really well saved there by Zero, but it was contact between the two of them.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
and
save for him,
Mark.
but that's also adding more pressure. And Mark coming
hits
into contact with
Bastos.
Bottas, forces
His
him
shape
wide.
is in
He's
front.
in the grass now. And Sterling will take the advantage of that. And, Sterling almost loses it behind Mark. But now he's right behind him now. He's gonna do his best to catch up to Shea now. He has now passed Mark. Mark probably didn't want to hold him up. so
Mark
he
has
let him
damage.
by.
He's straight into the pit lane. He does have a front wing damage since he hit the back of Bastos. What was that about?
He might have tried to make a move, but there wasn't room, and they had to force each, and he forced Bottas off the track. Like, that's just unbelievable. And that has compromised Mark a little bit, and which he's now switching to the super softs. I don't know if that was very intentional or not, but he might be doing a two-stop.
I don't think there's there's any way he can go to the end on that super soft.
No.
So
Yeah.
he didn't choose these on purpose, I would guess, because it doesn't really make sense.
I thought he would be switching to another medium or a soft, but it's quite interesting for the super soft because no one else is going to be no one else besides the top 4 are going to be pitting again.
Well, Tiggerby and YHYY need a miracle to get back in this battle. J. Cole is in 8th, YHYY 11, Tiggerby 12. As it stands, J. Cole is our champion.
Now he has a huge gap, and it looks like YHY, he's actually lost more time. What has happened?
And he gets a 3-second time penalty as well. Now Zero again going really wide. He just loves to be outside of the track limits. That man. Ooh, look at Shape! Shape on the inside of Bree.
Oh, and Sterling almost came in contact and loses his front wing, but luckily he braked just in time for that. And
what is happening right now? Sterling tries to make a move on Bree as well.
Bree is just defending with his life with everyone.
Shape literally came out of nowhere there. And now the two Force Indias are having their battle of their own. Zero is not giving up.
Struggling to get past Bree.
This is a really intense race.
As I say now, both the Force Indias are going to be putting pressure on that Toro Rosso. Sterling is trying to put some pressure into the Sauber of Bree, but we're going to have to be seeing here. Campbell now is in DRS mode now, and Sterling goes to the inside of Bree. Doesn't really make the move, but they're still side by side. Sterling had a better exit though. He's going to be getting right in front of Bree. Good move for Sterling. He's going to be staying with.
And now Shape. Oh, Shape hits Fuzz. There's a bit of contact between the two of them. But Shape manages to get in front.
Oh my lord, Shape is on the outside. He gets the move on Fuzz.
Fuzz tries to get it back. Will he? He will not. So Shape is now back into second place. Zero and Sterling have a contact.
Zero, he gets it done. But is he also going to get it Fuzz? Yes, he does. Double overtake for Sterling. He's going to get the move done beautifully for him.
And this just works perfectly for Bree as well, who has now got in front of the Force India and has DRS. And
but Zero, he's under pressure. He's under pressure for Campbell. He has lost a lot of time.
Sterling.
There's a huge crowd in Zero. Dives to the inside of Bree. Campbell, he misjudged it and forced into the grass.
Jacob gets a 3-second time penalty, but he gets in front of Bree. And now, I'm honestly speechless right now. A lot is going on. It's too much to handle, really.
As Fuzz goes to the inside of Zero, it's not done yet. Let's say he gets in front of Zero now. Oh.
Mark gets that fastest lap time on the Supras.
J. Cole, look at the inside of Zero. He just slips right by.
Zero,
wow.
But I think Zero doesn't want to get involved in in whatever J. Cole's doing.
Where did Campbell come from? He looked at the inside of Bree, coming out of nowhere like a torpedo.
And now Fuzz has to be careful. He doesn't want to make a mistake and affect J. Cole's race. Because that would be really dramatic to have a D3 driver impact this championship battle in Division 2. And now J. Cole, Fuzz
he's going to look at
moves
the outside here, and he gets the move.
Yeah, Fuzz didn't want to get involved in that. It was quite clear. He gives J. Cole a lot of space, and J. Cole is...
Both the Renaults were battling each other, but Velocity had a way better exit. But of course, he did suffer the consequence of that time penalty, though. As YHY, he's looking at the outside of Test, and he gets the move done. That's also another person to get out of the way, so he can get closer to J. Cole. But still, though, I'm still wondering what has happened earlier that caused him to lose so much time.
Well, YHYY has nothing to lose now. He will have to be absolutely as quick as he can. He will have to get past Velocity as quick as he can. Fuzz and General Border are yet to pit. Bastos and Tiggerby on really old medium tires as well. But Tiggerby, of course, has had 2 pit stops so far. So it's really unfortunate for him. And Fuzz as I was saying
I
that,
believe
will
General.
enter the pit lane.
I believe General. He's going to be holding on for the time being. I think he's going
Look
to be
at White,
switching
White,
soft
White,
to
White,
soft
White,
tire.
White on the outside of
Oh, they're
Velocity.
coming into contact.
He is pushed
goes very
wide.
and he goes. Oh, he has to. He had to cut through the escape route, and he loses huge amount of time. And
It's not
Tickety
enough.
now.
It's not enough for Tiggerby to
But
catch him.
Tickety, he is 6 seconds behind, but he is still in good position to get good points for the championship. He might be sitting on the second if he's good enough.
Well, the battle for the lead of this race is still going on, with Sterling just in that DRS gap
Yeah.
to Shape.
That gap was 1.4 seconds away from a little better, but now as for 2 laps has passed, that gap is now under a second, as Sterling will now have DRS. This is going to be very close here, so let's see if we're going to see this at the very end.
Sterling locks up, and he tends to do that in the first corner, as I've noticed before. It's pretty easy to catch up to Shape, but it's not as easy to overtake him, and Sterling knows that. They've been fighting a lot in this race, so it's a really good battle between the two of them, and they've both shown that they're capable of both defending and being aggressive at times. So it will be interesting again to look at these two drivers for the remaining laps of this race.
Precisely.
Will Bree and Fuzz have their battle again? Fuzz made a mistake, and Bree will now go on the inside with the DRS probably. He gets the inside as well, and there's nothing much that Fuzz could have done. He's just gonna have to sit here behind him and hopefully make a move with the DRS. He goes on the inside, but has to back off. No, he does not. He is really going for it.
I say they're still side by side. Who's gonna have the better line? Looks like Bree will have the better line, but Fuzz is still not giving up though. He had to clip the grass. He's probably gonna have a warning for that. And we have a yellow in sector 1, and that's Sterling. He's gone backwards. He made a mistake in turn 1.
So
what happened?
He's not able to control that car. He spins again. White is through. Oh my god.
Sterling is a sitting duck.
This is such a dramatic end to Sterling's race. I'm expecting he's gonna retire now. He had every chance to win this race.
Well, unfortunately, a huge mistake had cost him dearly.
But
he might have overcooked those tires, because I think he's just going to be limping back to the pits.
And that's not what you want to see. That battle for first was really good. It's unfortunate that it had to end this early, and with such a mistake.
Yeah. I think he tried making a move on Shape, but I think they came in contact, and he just ended up going backwards. Well, unfortunately, we did not see that, though.
We did not, and that is really unfortunate. And Sterling picks up a 2-second time penalty as well. Nothing is going in his favor right now. And Shape, with that 4-second gap, is the man to beat here in Brazil.
As Sterling will head to the pits now. I'm gonna stick with him and see if he has to replace his front wing or not. I don't think he really had any damage.
He retires, as I said. I was expecting him to retire, and he does. I'm really sorry for Sterling. He has every right to be mad about that, because it's not easy losing a race in such a manner. Well, mistakes can happen.
Sector 1.
I'm not sure what that was. But General Porter and Tiggerby. General Porter with really fresh, soft tires. Tiggerby with those old, worn-out mediums. Tiggerby enters the pit lane. Tiggerby's gonna pit. So I think that's Tiggerby out of the championship battle. If somebody was doubting that he was out before, then he's definitely out now. And Sterling's car is actually on track.
Oh no, that's like he did retire in the pits though,
Exactly.
but I
It's he didn't do anything wrong.
yeah, like he did it. Yeah, he did what he should have done, but the game is just saying otherwise.
And now let's just look at this. The two McLarens are back on the podium again. It's been a constant this season. The two McLarens have been on the podium many times before, and they seem to have this in their hand. I think J. Cole knows that right now he is the man. He is the champion. I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm not gonna say anything. We still have 10 laps to go.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything that can happen.
And man, we had such a short gap, and Zero goes in the grass. He just, I don't know what that was. He just turned into the grass for no reason, and Tiggerby will just take that position.
Tiggerby gets a free position there. Mark is gonna pick, of course, those soft
As
tires
Mark, yes, he
wouldn't have lasted.
He has gone to the pit. Like I said, he had to do a two-stop because there was no way for him to hold on to those super softs.
Well, everybody, there's not much going on, to be honest.
The gaps have really came in place now.
It's just gonna be a sprint towards the end. Not much gonna happen. I would guess.
As I say, this is real. I will say what Mark said in Division 3. This is what more entertaining than the real life F1.
It is. You wouldn't see this sort of battle for the win and for the championship in the real F1. So if people want to have a really entertaining Saturday evening, they can just come watch League of Europe. All three divisions have really good races, and I would say Division 2 is the best division. I'm a bit biased, I would say, but
Taking you up, be setting up the fastest lap.
Well, that's just to be expected on that fresh Super Softs. He will be fighting with Mark for that fastest lap. There's just not much else they can do in this race. They will get points if they finish, so why not go for a fastest lap? Well,
speaking about Mark, he's now behind Zero. Is he gonna be able to make a move on him soon? And yes, he does. It looks like Zero just got out of the way for him.
and Tiggerby and Bastos are now the only ones fighting on track. Tiggerby will have the easiest time of his life to get past Bastos. It won't be too difficult. He has really fresh super soft tires. He will have DRS, and it will basically be a piece of cake for Tiggerby to get in front and get up into 9th. He does have penalties. Let's not forget that. So Bastos just a sitting duck, and Tiggerby will capitalize on this, and is now in front.
Yeah, and he does make the move, and like you said earlier, Mark will be battling for him on the fastest lap, as we just saw.
Yeah, 109.4. Bastos has DRS, but it's not enough. He's too far away to make a move, and Tiggerby
He's on the older.
will move
He is
on.
on the older and harder compound, so that's going to be very hard for him to hold that position. And Tiggerby is just going to be sailing away from him.
Bree has yet to get past Fuzz, and he doesn't have much time left. He will need to make a move at some point. Not sure what the penalties look like in regards to these two, but I still think it's going to be an interesting battle towards the end of this race. So nothing much going on right now. It's a bit of a calm end to this season. It's not as chaotic as last week's Spa. It was just absolutely crazy.
And I and the funny thing is that this was even more crazy than Spa, but then again, it's actually more calm now.
Yeah, it was a really good start, and we had that restart, that really crazy restart. Fuzz gets a penalty.
Oh.
Um,
Let's see how the penalties are looking for these two. Let's say besides the 3 seconds that we just saw.
but yeah, as you were saying, Spa was just crazy all around. The, there's no other race that I've commentated on that could get to that level. Ooh, and Fuzz has spun around. Fuzz hits the wall, and he's out of the race.
Oh, he is out!
Fuzz is out.
He
made a mistake. Yeah, clipped the grass, spun and hits the wall.
And that, and now that has put everyone into the points.
That's really
it was
unfortunate.
Originally.
Yeah, everyone would have gotten points, Fuzz included, but that's really not what you want to see. Well then, there's no. I don't think there will be any other battle in this race.
No.
It's just gonna be a calm, and I guess we can talk about anything else really.
Actually, Bree here does have a 3. Well, it doesn't matter anymore, but he did have a 3-second time penalty.
But it doesn't really matter because Tigabee has one as well, and even if he manages to get closer, I don't think he'll be able to overtake him.
Yes, Campbell has lost a lot of time against J. Cole. Well, hopefully he can try to make that up. With Mark, he's right under. He's like at a little over 1 second, and now he's under a second. He's gonna be having DRS here in the straightaway, but he's too far away to make a move. So we're probably gonna be seeing something here in the next lap.
These guys have been teammates before in PRL. They know each other pretty well. They got along really well, Bastas and Mark, and now they will give us some entertainment for this final race in the first season of League of Europe. And
let's say in the span of this race, they gave us a beautiful a beautiful reenactment for our practice on the French Grand Prix.
let's just see. Mark has to be a bit more careful than he was last time, because last time he came in contact with Bastas, and it didn't really end well for either of them. Now Mark is really pushing those tires really hard.
He's gonna have to. Those are super soft compounds, so he's able to go a little more aggressive on them.
Tigabee steals that fastest lap. Ooh.
Oh, he nearly comes in contact with Bottas, but looks like he had a bad accident compared to him, but he still is right behind him with DRS. But he's going to be too far away to make a move. Oh, I could be wrong. He goes to the inside and gets the move done. That was sneaky of him.
And I think that's literally it. I don't think Bastos has enough strength to come back, and his tires are pretty old. Well, Mark is in front. As I'm saying that, he seems to be struggling with those tires a bit. The car is not what it used to be, but hopefully he won't make a mistake. Alright, and Bastos, even though she will have DRS, I don't think it's gonna help him too much. Let's see. Oh, he's definitely too far away, and this is it for the battle for 9th place. Mark is in front. And in terms of penalties, I know that Mark definitely has a few second time penalty. I don't know if Bastos has one as well. I don't think matter for anything. Oh, and Shape picks up a 3-second time penalty. I think Jekyll has one as well. There's not.
Um, I'll look real quick because that could be. Because that could be huge right there.
That would basically mean that Jekyll wins. There's yellow in sector 2 and 0 is out.
Oh no!
Let's look on board with his teammate now and try to figure out where that could have happened. So I have 5 people that retired in this race, and I think I just seen, yeah, there are
Right
bits
now,
of carbon fiber.
I see 3 warnings from J. Cole, but starting to look good for him. Oh yes, Mark. All right, so J. Cole does have a 3-second time penalty, so they're both they're both equal.
So unless Shape picks up another penalty, then he will win this race. There's not much doubt.
Exactly.
And Jayco is just 2 laps away from winning the Division 2 championship.
All he's got to do is just make sure he just keeps it on and not make a mistake.
Exactly. That's what else is happening. So Campbell will finish on the podium again. YHYY is in 4th. Velocity, a really good race from him, and that's a decent result, picking up a 5th place finish here, as well as a podium in Division 3.
Oh, yeah. Let's say J. Cole has done an amazing job this season. He has been on the podium a lot of times during the course of this championship, and I feel like he heavily deserves this championship.
Well, he does deserve it, and I think either one of the 3 drivers would have deserved this. As we talk about them, Tigaby, another time penalty. It was a really good season from J. Cole and YHYY. Tigaby, if he had been more consistent, and if he hadn't made so many mistakes in races, I can think about Monza right now, where he went off Ascari. I think Tigaby would have probably had this one in the bag, because he's really quick, and if he manages to have a consistent race, he will win it.
As I say, I realize we're just starting the final lap, and Shape still in a very good position, and rarely enough, J. Cole is just now under 2 seconds. How did that happen?
Jaco is pushing. He wants to get this win on track.
He wants at least one more win to finish it off.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I think YHYY actually has more wins than J. Cole this season.
Yeah. And oh wow, I think Shape made a mistake.
Well, that doesn't really matter now, does it? Because Shape is on start-finish straight, and
he will win the Grand Prix. And J. Cole will come in, cross the line, and will win the championship for Division 2 of the League of Europe.
So both Constructors and Drivers' Championship here. McLaren. Oh, and Campbell. Campbell finishes in 2nd, so J. Cole drops down to 3rd. His teammate is gonna get that 2nd spot on the podium, but that's irrelevant. J. Cole is still the Division 2 champion. Shape wins this race, and I would say he is the driver of the day for sure. It's a really, really good driver. Gets pole position. Has had some good moves. Made some good moves, and had a great battle with Sterling as well. Let's see, Velocity in 5th. We're gonna look at everyone else soon. But what a great end to this season. Yeah, just go.
Has beat Mark out.
It's possible, since Mark did have penalties. So as we see, look at these people on the podium. Shape, congratulations to him. Really deserved this win. And the 2 McLaren drivers again on the podium. Good job to the both of them.
As you say, they have been they have been fighting hard this weekend, and it's nice to see that yeah, it's very nice to see them get up on there.
So right now, Velocity picks up a 5th place. Really good result for him as well. General Porter in 6th. Bree 7th. Tigabee, fortunately, only 8th place. Bastos in 9th. Mark in 10th. And Zero picks up the last point in 11th because I think he did
Actually, no,
complete.
Buzz is actually picks up the last point.
Well, I'm just thinking of how many laps did they complete. So, but for now, let's just say that Mark is the last one in the points, and we'll we'll leave it at that. So, thank you for being here with us this season. We really appreciate each and every single one of you that has watched watched our live streams throughout this season.
As I say, and this probably will be the last time for both of us to speak to each other. Hopefully not, but as I say, let's say good luck to your studies and everything, and I hope we run into you again.
Well, thank you, and I guess I should announce it now because I didn't really make a formal announcement. This has been my final race weekend in League of Europe, both as a commentator and as a driver. I won't be here for the next few seasons. I'm hoping to get back, maybe for F1 2020. We'll see. Next generation consoles come out, and I'll decide then. But for now, I'll take a break from commentating and from league racing since I will go to university. But I'm hoping to stay with you in the Discord chat. I'm still going to be involved in this league, just not as much as before. And I want to thank each and every single one of you because you've been such an amazing community. And I definitely hope that we'll meet each other in the future. But for now, just enjoy the summer break. We're going to have a few weeks before the new season starts. And if you haven't signed up yet, then I'd definitely recommend you go and sign up right now. So we have been Ghost Recon and Robert, and thank you again.
Yep, signing off for the last time for the season.
Yeah, so we wish everyone a good night.